Hello everybody, good day to you. Welcome back. Glad you guys are here. We are returning to the 2007 Dodge Grand Caravan with a 3.8 liter V6. I actually did not intend to do this job today because the filter was super far away. Customer states replace transmission filter and refill fluid. So I ended up ordering the filter kit, excuse me. It's a CarQuest part number 85934. This was the only one out of any of the suppliers that had a filter, so I really hope it's the right one. Anyway, we're gonna go ahead and pop this pan off real quick and pop the filter out, take a look at everything, and then get this unit installed. Now, like I said, I wasn't intending on replacing this filter today because I didn't think it was gonna be here today, but it arrived early, so I figure I can squeeze this thing in for the end of the day. That'll give us a jump on our chores for tomorrow morning because we're doing some painting, and I've got some of these walls done sort of-ish. We need to kind of buckle down and get organized tomorrow. This was sort of just me playing today, but Troy's out today. He'll be back tomorrow, and when he gets here, we're gonna get the walls painted. But that's a side quest. Let's get back over here to our van again. Let's put our filter down. I need to grab a battery for my impact, and we're gonna need the 10 mil, the deep well, which is all the way over here in this box. Yeah, this cleaning, organizing / restructuring business has me in a very heightened state of disarray, and I don't know where anything is. I mean, I do know where it is, but it's not organized and concentrated. I'm working on it, but as you can see, I gotta go to 4 different places just to take some bolts out of the transmission. How about that? So again, and by the way, this video is in fact a part 2. In the last video, we replaced the right front CV axle because the boot was torn and the joint inside had suffered some damage from exposure to the elements. If you want to go back and see that video, just go down and check the link inside this video's description, and it'll take you back in time. So, what we're gonna do here is we've got a drain pan. It's pretty cleanish. We're gonna go ahead and pull all these bolts out, going around the perimeter. Pry this cover, or pan off rather. It's glued on with silicone sealant, or RTV sealant. So we got to pry bar that thing off. We're gonna spill all the fluid, hopefully not on the floor. Then we're gonna pry the filter out, inspect it for chunks of metal, and then replace it with a new unit. Let's get these ones on the back side here. 2, 3. I'm gonna put this one, I'm gonna leave one in the side, and we're gonna leave this one in the side. That way, when we pry it loose, the whole thing doesn't just fall down and spill out all the fluid, because that would not be okay. Going around in the back, 3 more to go. 2 more to go. 1 more to go. There we go. All right. So all the bolts are removed and loose. Let's pry bar this thing off. I might be able to get to it just like right in here. It's a good looking spot actually. Let's see if that's gonna work for us. I can't really get a purchase on the pan. A lot of these you gotta just hammer something in there and it bends the pan, then you gotta sort of forge it and hammer it back. I might bend the pan as it is. Whoa! There we go. Yeah, a little bit of spillage there. Got some on your face. Here, let me wipe you down there. Get rid of that. Okay, that's better. Now I can go back in there with the gun, get those other 2 bolts out, and remove the entire unit. Get that one out. That one. I did spill on the floor. Kind of a lot, actually. Oh well. Ah. Warm transmission fluid. Yummy. Oh no, there's a bracket holding this up here. Hang on. There we go. Okay, filter, you're up. Wiggle that thing out. There's the O-ring. It seals the filter. It just kind of snaps in with these little pegs. Let's see, looking down in there, can't really see much. Front side, that's okay. There's not a boatload of stuff in there. All right. Down here in the pan, sort of a different story. I mean, not really. Pay no regards to gravity. Pay no regards to that debris over there. That's stuff that fell into it when we pulled the pan. But over here in the magnet, it's not horrible. It's definitely showing its age and its wear, but we don't have chunks of metal in there, which is good. We've just got slow wear over time. That's like this little pasty gel business. So we can just wipe that stuff out, clean it off. I think we're okay to just toss some new fluid in this and put a new filter in. Okay, so for this next section, we need to remove and get rid of all of this old RTV sealant that's running around the perimeter of this pan. So I'm gonna go in there with a little Ziz wheel grinder, an angle grinder, and I've got this polishing bit with these little fingers on here. The idea is these little fingers will grab a hold of that sealant and then pry it off of there. It's not as abrasive as some of the sandpaper wheels, and depending on the sealant and its condition, you can pull it off very easily. So we're gonna start with this. Loud noises, and be prepared for super high-speed lightning, fast motion. Okay, that's kind of killing my tool. I think that silicone sealant, that RTV is a little bit too tough for this type of wheel, so we're gonna get out the little sander wheels next. Okay, sanding pad shift change. We're gonna try this one next and see how this one goes. These things just thread onto the little base plate there. Yeah, beautifully shiny. That's nice. There we go. It's been decrustified. I need to wipe it with a rag and get the little residual little tags there that are hanging off. Get rid of those guys, and we'll wipe out all the nasty inside, and then we can clean off the bottom of the trans and get this unit back installed. Reinstalled, not back installed, reinstalled. Words. You know, it's moments like this that make me happy that I bought the big can of brake clean. Because I'm gonna need it. Let's rinse away all of our nasty trans. Hang on, I'm not gonna be all super crazy with this. Just splash everywhere. This is rinsed out. I'm gonna go nice and easy like. Oh no. This can's running out. It was half a can when we started. Yep, it's gone. No more. That's it. No! I'm sorry, I couldn't help myself. Had to do it. Get all this rinsed out and then wiped down. Then we'll get the filter on and some sealant. And then we can refill the transmission. It's like panning for gold. What do we got in there? Any chunks? Negatory. Nope. Get that magnet nice and rinsed off. No chunks on that. There we go. Let's give that a good wipe. We'll get all the stuff that the brake clean didn't rinse out. Get rid of all that nasty. And then one more wipe down with a cleaner towel in a moment here. This towel is soiled. It's another reason I like the disposable towels. If you pick up like a cloth shop towel, it may already have debris in it like that. You can reintroduce it into your clean system. It's not okay. Finalized wiping down. Get in there. And all the little nooks and crannies and crevices and cracks. Pull a magnet out and wipe that off. Wipe down the spot where the magnet goes. Put it back where we found it. Wipe it again. Very nice. Nice and shiny. All right, giving our valve body a clean. We've wiped down the sealing surface. I'm trying to get all that old trans fluid to run out of this so it doesn't contaminate the sealing surface. I'm gonna have to let it drain for a while. If the fluid gets on the sealing surface, then the sealant may not seal very well. So we're trying to get all that super clean here. There, we'll let that thing drain. Wipe down this area, get that dry, because that's where our filter is about to set. There. All right, filter element coming in. It appears to be similar in size, shape, and dimension as the unit we removed. Okay, here's the O-ring for the filter. Just slip that guy on, like so. We'll take some of this trans fluid right here, lubricate that O-ring, like so. And then put that thing in position. Get in there. Like so. Okay, filter's on. Alright, so I'm here with a tube of black RTV sealant. We're going to go around and put some of the sealant on the perimeter of this pan. While we're here, and while we're doing a transmission service, I wanted to touch base on some questions that I got last time I did a trans service, and I didn't do a filter change. I did the fluid exchange with the transmission flush machine. And everybody asks whenever I do that, why don't you change the filter? And it's actually quite simple. Those are two separate operations. Now before you jump the gun and start banging away at the keyboard, let me explain. See, if I take this pan down and I spill, 4 quarts of fluid out of it, and then I change the filter, we now have some parts and some labor and some fluid, 4 or 5 quarts, okay? But the way that the fluid exchange system is set up is you do a 16 quart fluid exchange. So 16 quarts is what goes in the machine, and with that 16 quarts, it's going to provide a complete fluid replacement. If I were to drop the pan and then change the filter, then connect the machine, what I would end up doing is I would have to refill the pan before I could operate the machine, because the machine doesn't know what the level on the system is. It just knows exactly what it took out and exactly how much to put back in based on exactly what it took out. So if the fluid level is not correct when you start, then the machine can't appropriately do what it's designed to do. So the point being is, if I were to do a filter and a fluid exchange with the machine, we're actually have to charge more labor and more fluid actually, because I can't run the fluid exchange machine with just 12 quarts. If I did just 12 quarts and I filled up 4 quarts in here and then I flushed 12 through it, it would still have a diluted mixture because of that 4 quarts. So 4 quarts would be diluted, and that would actually negate the purpose of the machine, because the machine is designed to give a 100% displacement or a 99% displacement of all the old fluid, which is often why those two jobs are not combined with each other. Additionally, when you do just the fluid exchanges, you shouldn't really have to do a filter, because most folks that do the fluid exchanges, they do those before like there's a transmission problem or before you get into a really high mileage zone. If you guys notice, a lot of them, I mean, I know I did some that have like 400,000 miles on them, but some of them, many of them are down in the, you know, 50, 60, 70,000 mile range. So we can do it with the fluid exchange and the filter, but it has to be treated like two separate operations. First operation is pull the pan, change the filter, fill it back up, set the level. Then the second operation is to connect the machine and then do an exchange. So either way, there's going to be some waste, and it's almost not necessary to do both at the same time. Now, some people don't like the fluid exchange machine and they just prefer this method, and some people don't feel that the fluid filters are should be serviced, you know, at less than like 250,000 mile intervals, or unless there's a problem, or if you take it off for inspection. So you can get away without servicing that filter, because in most cases it's actually like a screen rather than you know, like an oil filter, for example. I'm aware this is ugly, but it'll get smashed, it's fine. So I kind of hope that answers the question. Maybe it does, maybe it doesn't, but it is two separate jobs. If you want to do it two separate jobs, I've got no problem doing it that way, but I just don't see the need. It's almost like overkill. It's like service overkill, because what that'll do is that'll take a $300 fluid service and turn it into $550, and at 550 bucks or whatever, I just don't see the justification there. So I hope that makes sense. It made sense to me. Anyway, let's get this thing back over to the truck, and we'll get the pan back on, fluid refilled. Okay, we're gonna have to move kind of quick to get this in position, because we still have a lot of drips going on the back sealing surface here. See all that? And I can't allow that trans fluid to touch that surface. So we've basically got to get it right, and then plop this thing right in right now, immediately. That way the sealant makes contact before the oil can run down. Are we ready? Here we go. And I hope I got it, because that's it. It's on. So let's get, I'm keeping upward pressure on it, by the way. Not letting it move or come down or anything like that. Okay, that's 2 bolts, and I'm going to tighten those right now. There we go. Another. Okay. Woohoo! Good. So I'm going to run around, get the rest of these bolts in. I think everybody's nice and lined up. This is good. Let's get these bolts bolted back on. I'm going to start with the rear ones, that way I can put clamping force at the leaking spot, the spot that likes to leak. We'll spread that sealant out. There we go. Then we'll let her down, fill her up. Good. One more right here. That one. A couple up front. And 2 or 3 more on the other side. And no, I realize I'm not going in like a star pattern. It's not going to warp this pan, because that surface is so flat and the torque is so low. So it's fine. And the nut for that bracket, I shall not forget that. Good to go. Quick check. By the way, this is all trigger control. I'm not sending this thing like full send and letting it break these off. All right, we're good. Cool beans. Let's let this thing down, get it refilled. All right, Doge, finalized, coming down. All right, we've made our way back under the hood. Pull this dipstick out and get this unit refilled. Should only take but about 4 quarts or so. Here, let's hop into the cabinet, see what I got in inventory land. One thing I need is some transmission conditioner. They're getting this. This thing's high mileage. We're gonna put this in there. It's not on the bill, and I didn't charge them for it, but they're gonna get it because it's good stuff. And because it is good stuff, I can part ways with it. It's fine with me. Pop-in-Z top. Oh, my funnel. Where's my funnel? I can't do a pouring things into that little hole. That's just not gonna fit. All right, funnel coming in. Conditioner going in. Let you hang out for a while. Let's go get some fluid. Judo top. Trans fluid coming in. This is 16 quarts, but again, we're not using 16. We only need 4. Come here, bag in the box. There we go. Oh, spillage. See that? And this must be done very carefully so I don't dump it all out. We're gonna eyeball our 4 quarts and we'll check it. That's about 1, 2. You gotta have a good funnel for this. Right about, that's about 4. Oh no, I spilled some. Not okay. Aha, I got it. Okay, funnel is done funneling. Let's let that dipstick tube settle and we'll do a preliminary fluid level check. All right, let's see what we get. Give it a wipe. Yeah, there's a lot in the tube, but I think we're around here somewhere. Let's start it, let it run, and then we'll come back and recheck it. Beginning engine restarting sequence now. No worries, it's just the engine. It makes that sound. Lifters, it's got some valve train noise going on in there. All right, so at cold, we're at the top of the second dot. We flip this around to check it again. Yeah, we need to wait a little while. There's too much fluid up here. It's going to mess up our readings. All right, finalized recheck. It's been about 5 minutes. That's plenty for that tube to drain. And we are right smack dab in the middle of the cool mark. I think it could go for maybe like 1 more quart and we're good to go here. So let's get that last quart in, or maybe half a quart. We'll do a couple more rechecks, and I think at this point, this video is about good to go. This operation's good to go. I'm good to go. It's in today, so I'm gonna go ahead and close this one out. I will do such things as always by thanking you guys for watching this video, especially since you made it here all the way to the end of this video. Since you are here all the way to the end, I'm going to assume that you in fact like this video. And I would only ask of you that if my assumption is in fact correct, for you to communicate that to me by tapping that like button down below. Do not forget to drop a comment or 2 in the comment section. And most importantly, powering down. Have yourselves a fantastic day. See you guys later in the video, in the Doge, in the transmission job, in the transmission. See that? That was a double entendre. Get it? Because we were transmitting about a transmission. What? All right, let's get this thing clear of the rack. We're gonna go ahead and back it on out. This operation is complete and successful. Left arm's not. So therefore, it is successful. Oh, I'm going the wrong way, I'm dumb. It is successfully complete. Got that solved. Sorry, I got my brain cranium confused. I got a asymmetric lift on that side and a symmetric on this side. Oopsie. So anyway, guys, this thing's good to go. Fluid level is topped off. Operation complete. Restarting the engine. Checking for oil pressure. Bam, that came up quick. Okay, all right, we're good to go here, guys. Let's get this thing backed out. I'm gonna get it parked. Backing out the auto. parking. Oh, by the way, did I mention that we're not going to do the engine mounts on this thing? No engine mounts, not going to happen. We wanted to do the other stuff instead, so maybe later, maybe not. I hope we do, because this thing really needs them. All 4 of them are broken. But we can save that one for next time. See you guys later. Thanks again for watching. Oh man. Oh no. The window doesn't go up. Oh, come on. No way. What have I done?